Well, good afternoon, Hannah. How are you? What are your expectations for what we might do in today's session?
I'm okay. I'm having a little difficult time getting my client to open up to me. I don't really feel like I'm reaching them. I have this 10-year-old little girl. She is suffering from social anxiety.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But that's what I'm here for, to help you improve as a counselor. I sense you have some anxiety over this issue. It's quite normal in phase 1 of being an LPC associate to experience uncertainty. You don't have the confidence that you'll have later on in what you are doing. You have the training, now we just need more guided practice. Let's start with a mindful moment. I want you to put your hands on your lap, close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it, and release through your mouth. Again, take a deep breath in, hold it. One more time. And release. Better?
I feel better.
Now, can you give me an example from a recent session with this young client?
Yes. So I was visiting, like I said, this 10-year-old little girl. She is suffering from social anxiety. I asked her to describe to me a recent incident where she has struggled with this anxiety and how she responded to it. She couldn't really think of anything or wouldn't really give me anything about it or tell me anything about the incident. But her mother said that she has these episodes all the time.
Okay. Well, think back to your exact wording with her when you asked her about one of these recent episodes.
I told her that her mom told me when I spoke to her that she was having multiple episodes of these at school each week, and that in order for me to help her, I needed her to tell me more about these episodes so I can help assist her.
I want you to put yourself in her position. Would you want to open up to an adult who almost demanded that you tell her about sensitive issues that her mother had already talked to you about? I'd like to hear you talk more about how it was for you to be with the client for that session. To what degree do you feel you understand her world?
When you put it that way, I guess she didn't really feel safe to open up or comfortable. I was just getting desperate to get her to talk to me and open up somehow. I guess I am uncomfortable with these silent moments. It was just really awkward for me. And I guess I really just don't understand her world at all.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you recognize you're uncomfortable with the silent moments. These can often lead our clients to aha moments, so it's important that we not only tolerate them, but we encourage them. What were you talking about with your client right before you asked your question?
So I really just jumped right into the question. There wasn't any really discussion beforehand. I wanted to make sure that I had enough time for her to tell me about these episodes she was experiencing so we could work on different coping strategies and techniques.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear you wanted to teach her some coping techniques, but it is good practice to warm your client up to these big questions. You could have asked her about how her week had gone, both at home and at school. If you have established rapport with her, she will open up about these safer topics. If you have something in common with her, you could even discuss that for a few moments: love of pets, hobbies like reading or crafting, family events, etc. Let her know that you care about her whole world, not just the part of it that's difficult for her right now.
That makes sense. But what if I don't have time to teach her all these techniques and coping strategies that I've learned that can really help her deal with her anxiety?
Well, if she isn't listening and responding to you, do you think she's really going to try to learn your techniques? It's important to establish rapport with your clients and provide a safe space for them to open up to you. We also need to provide those silent moments for them to think about what they want to say and how they are going to say it. She doesn't have to learn all the techniques, just a few that really help her.
That makes sense when you put it that way. We have been talking, she actually has a new puppy, so we talk about that quite a bit. I'm a dog lover myself, so I think that has actually helped her with her anxiety and kind of helped us talk a little more. I suppose I could start opening up with how are things going with her puppy and try to get some conversation going with that.
Okay. It sounds like you've already been building a rapport. Great job. Emotional support animals can make a huge difference in the lives of our anxious clients. Don't be afraid to let her talk about her puppy for 5 to 10 minutes or more. You'll probably learn something about how she deals with her anxiety at home, and she might even broach the subject of her anxiety at school. If not, once she's comfortable, you can ask her open-ended questions about school life. Find out if her anxiety stems from another student, a teacher, a particular subject, testing in general, etc. Once she has told you about that, you can ask her how she normally handles it at school. It will probably be in a negative way or just not fully enough if in a positive way. Even though you're saying you really don't know how to proceed, if you did know, what actions might you take?
I think now, after talking, I can work on building rapport more to help her open up more to me. And then I can do or insert some different calming techniques that we can do and build on the ones that she already knows and we work on.
Okay. It is empowering to the client when you recognize they're trying to deal with their issues on their own. They just need a little guidance and moral support. I always start with breathing techniques to calm anxiety since they are free, easy to do, and can be done anywhere and anytime. I like to include them somewhere in my sessions, whether at the beginning to start off on the right foot, in the middle when the anxiety is high, or at the end to bring the session to a close. The more you practice them with your clients, the more likely they are to use them on their own. I'd like to hear you talk more about the climate you are creating with your client.
I love using the breathing techniques as well. I also like using visualizing, exercising, listening to music, asking for help, things like that. I want my session climates to be really calming, encouraging, truth-seeking, safe, and most importantly, client-centered. I feel so much better now about how to handle these situations in the future. Thank you for your words of
You're very
support.
welcome. Anytime, that's what I'm here for. Just like our clients use us as a sounding board for their issues, I am here for you to use as a sounding board to help you become a better counselor. I encourage you to begin to trust more your own internal direction. Next time, I want you to be able to tell me how you built rapport with this client and encourage her to open up. Let me know what social anxiety issues you were able to tackle with her. Which techniques did you teach her? How did the climate feel for the session? We need to move forward to see growth in you as a counselor. I look forward to hearing how your next session goes with this young client.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you later.